Hi everyone, this is Neha from Nebra Handmade. Welcome back to my cozy little crochet corner where we learn, laugh, and stitch together. So, if you're new here, I have been doing a yarn series where we explore different yarn types one by one so you can understand them in detail and choose the right one for your projects. We already covered acrylic yarn and cotton yarn in the first two episodes, and today we are diving into one of the most classic and cozy yarns of all time, wool yarn. I know when we hear the word wool, we instantly think of warm sweaters, cozy scarves, or those winter socks that keep our feet nice and toasty. But wool is actually a huge category with so many things to learn about. From where it comes from to its different types, its pros, its cons, and how we as crocheters can work with it. So, in this episode, I'm going to give you a complete beginner friendly guide to wool yarn. Grab your cup of tea or coffee, sit back, and let's get into the warm and wonderful world of wool. So, without any further delay, let's get started. So, let's start with the basics. What is wool? Wool is a natural fiber that comes from the fleece or coat of animals, most commonly sheep, but it's not just sheep. Wool can also come from alpacas, llamas, goats, camels, and even rabbits. Each of these gives a different type of wool with unique characteristics. The cool thing about wool is that it's been used for thousands of years. Humans discovered wool as one of the earliest natural fibers, and it's still around today because of how practical and versatile it is. Wool is basically made of protein, the same stuff that our hair and nails are made of, which is why it feels so different from plant based fibers like cotton. For beginners, just remember this: wool is equal to animal fiber, and depending on the animal, the yarn will feel soft, coarse, thick, or even silky. Now, wool is not just one thing, there are many types. Let's break down some common ones you will find in yarn stores. Sheep's wool. This is the most common, but even sheep's wool has subcategories. Merino wool, known for being super soft, lightweight, and not very itchy. It's great for garments that touch your skin like scarves or hats. Corriedale or Romney wool, a bit sturdier, more durable, but not as soft as merino. Perfect for outerwear or items that need strength. Shetland wool, a little rustic, comes from Shetland sheep. It's warmer but can feel rougher on the skin. Alpaca wool, this comes from alpacas and is luxuriously soft, warmer than sheep's wool, and has a slight silky shine. It's hypoallergenic too, which makes it great for people who can tolerate sheep's wool. Cashmere, yes, the fancy one, comes from goats, specifically cashmere goats. Extremely soft, lightweight, and warm, but also quite expensive. Mohair comes from the Angora goat. It has this fluffy, fuzzy halo effect, making projects look soft and delicate. Angora wool. This is from Angora rabbits, very fluffy, extremely warm, but it sheds a lot. Camel wool. Less common but very warm with a beautiful golden brown natural shade. Blends. A lot of wool yarns you will see in stores are blended with other fibers like acrylic, nylon, or cotton to balance softness, durability, and cost. So, the next time you pick up a yarn label and it says wool, check if it mentions merino, alpaca, or something else. That will give you a better idea of how the yarn will behave. Okay, now let's talk about what makes wool so special. Here are some key properties. Number one, warmth. Wool is famous for being warm because it traps air and insulates your body. That's why wool sweaters and blankets are winter essentials. Number two, breathability. Even though it's warm, Wool can also breathe, meaning it regulates temperature. It can keep you warm in winter and surprisingly comfortable in cooler summers too. Elasticity. Wool has a natural stretch which makes it bounce back to shape. This means garments don't sag as easily. Moisture absorption. Wool can absorb up to 30% of its weight in moisture without feeling wet, which is why wool socks are great for hiking. Durability. Good quality wool is long lasting if cared for properly. Softness versus scratchiness. This depends on the type. Merino, very soft, traditional sheep wool. Sometimes it's itchy. So, wool is basically a fiber with lot of personality. It can be cozy, it can be luxurious, or sometimes a little rustic. That's why it's so loved but also a bit tricky for beginners. Now, let's go over the pros of using wool yarn. Number 1, natural fiber. It's eco friendly compared to synthetic yarns. Number 2, super warm, perfect for winter wear and cozy projects. Number 3, elastic and stretchy. Your projects hold their shape back. Number 4, durable. If maintained, wool items last years. Number 5, moisture wicking. Great for socks, hats, and outdoor wear. Number 6, biodegradable. Wool decomposes naturally and it's sustainable. So, if you're looking for a warm, breathable, long lasting yarn, wool is a great choice. Now, let's be real. Wool does have some drawbacks, especially for beginners. Can be itchy. Not all wool is soft, some can irritate the skin. Number 2, expensive. High quality wool like merino or cashmere can be pricey. Number 3, sensitive care. Wool shrinks in hot water and felts if handled wrong. It usually needs hand washing. Number 4, allergies. Some people are allergic or sensitive to wool. Number 5, not always summer friendly. Wool is mostly used for cooler seasons. So, yes, wool has amazing qualities, but it does come with some extra care and cost. Okay, now let's talk about how you, as a crochet beginner, can use wool yarn. Always start with blends. If pure wool feels intimidating, try wool acrylic blends. They're softer, cheaper, and easier to wash. Choose lighter shades if you are a beginner because mistakes are easier to spot. Use simple projects like hats, scarves, or small squares before moving on to sweaters. Always check the yarn label. It tells you the wool type, washing instructions, and recommended hook or needle size. Swatch. Wool stretches differently than acrylic or cotton, so make a small sample before starting a big project. Be gentle when washing. Use lukewarm water or mild detergent. Never wring or twist. Lay flat to dry. Wool is so rewarding to work with once you understand it. It gives your project a timeless, cozy feel. Since wool is a natural fiber, it needs extra care. Here's what to remember: washing. Hand wash in cool water unless it's labeled superwash wool, which can go in the machine. Drying. Never hang wool items, they will stretch, always dry flat. Storage. Store clean and dry, ideally in breathable bags. Wool can attract moths, so adding cedar balls or lavender sachets can help. Avoid heat. No hot water, no dryers, no ironing directly. Heat shrinks wool. If you treat wool gently, your handmade pieces can last for decades. So, when should you actually pick wool yarn for a project? When you're making winter garments like sweaters, cardigans, shawls, or scarves, for socks and gloves that need warmth but also breathability. For heirloom pieces, blankets, or shawls you want to last for years, when you want that cozy handmade rustic feel, But if you're making summer tops, baby toys, or something that needs frequent washing, wool may not be the best choice. Alright, let's wrap this up. Wool yarn is one of the most traditional and versatile fibers out there. It's natural, warm, and durable, but also needs some extra care and sometimes comes with a higher price tag. As a beginner, don't be afraid of wool. Start with small projects, maybe try a wool blend, and slowly explore the different types like merino or alpaca. The more you work with wool, the more you will appreciate its beauty and character. So that's the complete beginner's guide to wool yarn. I hope this helped you understand what wool is all about, its pros and cons, and how you can use it in your crochet journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my earlier episodes on acrylic yarn and cotton yarn. And stay tuned because in the next episode of All About Yarn series, we will dive into another exciting fiber. I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy crocheting!